If you're looking for a way to power up your nutrients with a plant-based protein powder, then raw vegan plant-based protein is the perfect choice. This vegan protein is packed with essential nutrients to help you stay energized and healthy. With plant-based protein powder becoming increasingly popular amongst health-conscious individuals, it's no surprise that raw vegan plant-based proteins has become a leader in the industry. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to increase your daily protein intake, this vegan protein powder can help you reach your goals. Visit rawvegan.com. Again, rawvegan.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the building. What you just looked at was footage from this past weekend. We have no other than future world champion, Dwayne Sugar Wayne Holmes Jr. How's it going, champ?
Sir, everything good. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you on here, man. I've been trying to get. I'm glad I finally got one of the members of the camp, man. Triple Threat. And I like what I'm seeing over there, man. Y'all guys is putting that work in, man. And to be learning from a legend such as Andrew Council, man, I'm sure it's an honor to be able to get that wisdom. It's not many teachers out here, man. He's a very slim of the teachers who are teaching the art of boxing, you know. So when did this journey start for you, champ?
What journey? My professional
The,
journey?
no, the journey of boxing, period, when you started boxing.
Man, long time ago. I was about 7 years old. My dad, he kept me in a lot of different sports, but we tried out boxing. He told me about boxing, so I wanted to try it. First day he took me to the gym. You know, I did my little, practice my jabs and stuff like that. You know, your first day in. And then out of the first day, I told him, I said, I'm gonna make a lot of money in this sport. And ever since then, I've been in the gym, just getting the experience and doing what I do best.
So you fight under the tutelage of the great Andrew Council, DMV boxing legend, man. One of the ones I say doesn't duck nobody in his professional career, man. I had the honor of being able to see him fight. That was my first professional fight. It was a card with him, Daryl Coley. They had Mark Two Shop Johnson was also on that card at the DC Armory in '93, and man, he was hitting this joker, man, with like 6 uppercuts, man. I ain't never seen no shit like that before, man. I'm trying to tell you. I was impressed with his inside game. As I was looking at the footage of you, man, I see similarities of that perfect inside game that Andrew Council had, man, back in the days, man. I was digging and ripping, man. You know, you guys, man, to explain a little bit about a daily routine at the Triple Threat Gym, man.
Man, a daily routine. Just you definitely gonna learn something every day. You're gonna learn something new. So it's like it's always what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's an excitement coming to the gym because it's like, oh, what am I to learn today? You know? So it's just like it's blessed, man. It's a blessing. That's how I look at it all around. Just a blessing.
Name some of the guys that's in your gym, man, that's working with you guys, man, because there's a crew of y'all, man. Y'all be in there getting it in, man. Give a shout out to a few of those guys that's in your camp, man.
We got Trayvon the Sniper Marshall, Stephon Bricklayer Hops, got Dave Body Snatcher Whitmire, got Day Sledgehammer Whitmire, got Keith Saunders Jr., man, Isaiah, man, the list just go on. We all just working, man.
So, what can we expect, man, in the future with you, man, in your fight career, man? What are your 5 year? Give me a 5 year plan with Sugar Wayne, man. A 5 year plan of future champion.
My 5 year plan, I will be a world champion in them 5 years for sure. So that's definitely without a doubt, and still be fighting and trying to collect more belts.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna pass it on to my partner, C's, man, and then I'm gonna come back to you, man, with more questions.
Okay,
All right, man. How's it going, bro?
what's up, boss? How you feeling?
Hey, man. I'm hanging in there, man. Got to catch you this weekend on Saturday, man. What was your thoughts on the fight?
Man, it was an amazing fight. I took a lot from that fight, learned a lot, and I'm definitely gonna grow. I can't wait to get back in the ring so I can show the growth. The growth. I like to show my growth after every fight to coming into a elite fighter.
Yeah. You fought Juan Hernandez Martinez, right? Was there anything unexpected that he showed you during that fight?
Um, I mean, I knew he was a tough fighter. He definitely he was a warrior and everything. So I mean, nah, not really. Just I studied. So he brought everything that I knew he was gonna bring.
Yeah, first round. After the first round, I looked at Sheed. I say, "Hey, man, he in there with a real Mexican, bro. He dude gonna be there." It was a scrap, you know.
Definitely.
And yeah, would you say that was your toughest fight so far?
Yeah, most definitely. That's definitely my toughest fight. I went whole 8 rounds. Um, I felt great though going them 8 rounds, even though with a tough competitor like Juan Hernandez Martinez. So it was definitely my toughest fight yet so far.
Uh, and going into it, what was the strategy though? What was the strategy?
Just to break them down. Honestly, to break them down, just go to the body, and we just gonna watch them deteriorate.
Uh, um, let's see. What was the most challenging moment of the fight for you?
Most challenging moment,
Uh-huh.
just him keep coming. It's like I'm hitting them bricks. I'm throwing kitchen sink. I'm like, and he's still coming. So it was like, it's definitely like, you know what I'm saying? Just that part for real, for real. Him just keep coming.
And how would this fight? What did you learn from it, and how is it going to affect your career going forward?
Definitely learn how to stay poised, relaxed. Even though he was bringing all that pressure and things like that, so it was just I'm gonna take that on to the next fight and working the body more because I got 8 rounds. I feel like I worked the body good, but I definitely could work the body a lot more. So it's definitely the next fight. I'm gonna show that and show that from my growth and everything.
All right. Now, I want to ask, man, how did you celebrate? How did you celebrate the victory?
Oh, I just went back home, chill with the family. You know what I'm saying? That's it for real. I just relax. That's it.
Uh,
Always in the gym, man. I was right back in the gym on Monday. So I'm just relaxed. We on to the next, man. The mission ain't completed. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that. Like that mindset, man. You gotta keep that going. Ain't over till it's over, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But
That's that. My head coach Andrew Council, he drilled in all of us. So
yeah,
it's in all of us. So we can't see like Dave fight and then he right back in the gym on Monday. So it's like he fought before me. It's like I can't just fight and then be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a break. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming right back.
yeah. And how do you stay motivated and focused in training and everything?
Man, just seeing my brothers as in my stablemates, my whole team, just how all of us just grind, man. It's just we all push each other, you know. So it's like if you see him doing something, it's like, oh, I'm slacking on that too. So let me get on that too. You know what I mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
our head coach, he just like I said, it's like it's so exciting to go to the gym, you know, because you're going to learn something. So it's like I don't want to miss a day at the gym. So that's a part of that grind. Keep me,
Yeah. And how do you balance like your life outside of boxing between boxing and your personal life?
man. My personal life, I just chill, watch boxing, and just chill and watch boxing, spend time with family. Cause when I got fight dates, I'm so locked in on my fight dates. So I might miss some family events. I might miss, going to do this and do that. So I just try to spend as much time as I can with them when I don't have a fight. But
Mm-hmm.
when I get that fight date, it's like I'm locked in.
Locked in. Yeah. Tunnel vision. So you said you watch boxing. Who was some of your favorite boxers to watch coming up?
Roy Jones Jr. That was definitely one of my favorites. I love that's one of my favorite punches, the hook. So I love the hooks from Roy Jones Jr. I watched like Dirk Holmes from this area, Lewis Curtis from this area from Landover, Sugar Ray of course, Muhammad Ali, Floyd. Just a little bit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
And you got a hit list? You got anybody that you want to see right now?
Man, just anybody in my way at 122, man. That's it.
That's it. Say anybody could get it, huh? New can man.
It's a part of the game, man. You to be the best, you gotta fight the best.
Yeah. So you got something else? For you?
Yeah, man. I just you just brought to my attention that you related to the great Dirk Holmes as well.
Sir.
Yeah, that's your cousin.
Yeah, my cousin on my
Yes,
father's.
indeed, man. I didn't know that, man. I knew you was related to someone. 'Cause I think I asked you before in a prior interview when we was at, I think it was at the live casino, and I asked you because I heard Holmes and I knew it was you was related to someone with that name. So, man, how was that, man, carrying on that legacy, man, of someone that's already been in the game as well that comes from your family?
I mean, my family, they just proud of me, so yeah, I don't feel any pressure. They proud of me regardless. So
Yeah.
go and do. They just want me to do my best and always get my 220%, and I want to do the same. So it's even. We eye to eye with it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, Andrew Council, man, give us uh some instructions or guidances that he gives you on a daily routine because many fighters don't have the luxury of
Hmm.
having an experienced trainer be able to tell them hands-on experience how to get out of situations of being through that. Give me some instructions that your trainer Andrew Council gives you guys to get through camp or how to deal with situations in boxing.
Um, like I said, every day it's like you never know what he got. You gonna learn something new. So it's like it's just every day is just different, And it's just he just mainly he just make sure we just focus, man. We focus and we stick into that game plan and we just stay ready, man. That's it. For real.
Yes,
Just
indeed.
staying ready.
Yes, indeed, man. I see, man. He's very active with you guys, making sure he gets y'all on the social media presence and keeping y'all, noticed and aware of in the sport, man. Because I don't care who I'm interviewing, man. Especially if it's a legend, a DMV boxing legend. They shot Andrew Council out with his training every interview almost from the top
Hmm.
legends in the area, man. He's well respected, man, in this area. So, you guys should be blessed to have such a trainer that's able. Most of these guys is teaching off the textbook. They not teaching off the experience, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got one that been there, fought everybody, and then
Yeah,
anybody, then
we
duck.
def- we definitely blessed.
Yes, indeed, man. Man, I appreciate you, man, for being able to take the time, man, stopping through here, man,
Appreciate
and blessing the show, man. Welcome here anytime, man. If when the future fights, we gonna definitely get some of your stable mates up on here too, man. Cause shout out to my man DMV Nation, man. He stopped through there And I was like, man, I gotta get up there too, man, or at least get some of the guys on here, man. But I reached out to you. I knew you was locked in camp. I had reached out before he
Yeah.
came up there, yeah, but still, I was like, he locked in. I ain't think he was ignoring me, and I just say he was locked in, man. I knew it was that week, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, man, future world champion, no
Thank
other than Dwayne Sugar Wayne Holmes.
Sir, thank you for having me. Y'all can find me on Instagram
Yeah,
at Wayne NBM, and you can find me on Facebook at Dwayne Holmes Jr. And I want to give a special shout out to all my sponsors for my May 18th fight. Helped me through my camp, helped me stay focused and prepared. Want to shout out to the Lane Brothers, their movement company, and another movement company, Furniture Freaks. And then I want to shout out 2 food companies that kept me on my weight and everything. SPS Cuisine, Jules Cafe 21, and I want to shout out Holy Spirit Heating and Cooling.
Yes, indeed, champ. Ladies and gentlemen, we had no other than future world champion, Dwayne Sugar Wayne Holmes.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, champ.
Yes, sir.
All right.
See you later, champ. All right. Anytime. Yes, indeed, man. It was great to have that young future champion on here, man. I'm starting to like talking to the youngins and getting their perspectives on the sport, man, and especially a guy such as them, man, that dedicate. Look, this guy was literally just fighting Saturday, but I saw on social media he was right back in the gym
Right back there,
on Monday, and that's a sign of greatness right there, man.
Yeah, these youngins nowadays they got different kinds of minds, man. It's a dedication, focus, and I always like to talk about generations and things. It's always you learn and evolve as you go along. So it's like they coming into the game where a lot of people ended back in the 70s and 80s with the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge base.
Exactly. Yep.
Knowledge base. So, it's good to hear them and get fresh perspectives and things going on now. You think of football, man, they thought a good quarterback back in the 70s was throwing 1,500 yards.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Now they throwing 5,000 like nothing.
Yes, it's evolving. We got to accept it. We have to accept the evolution.
Man, you got to. And getting in it, you gotta hear the mind of the youngins, you know what I'm saying, and see where they coming at, where they at,
That's a true statement, man. I'm gonna do a slight little commercial break right here, man.
Yeah.
This episode have been brought to you by Raw Vegan Plant-Based Protein Powder, the undisputed champion of plant-based protein powder. I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. Visit rawvegan.com. Yeah, man. I was impressed, man. I'm starting to really more like catering to these youngins. I want to catch a few of these youngins while before they become that big mega star, and we be able to capture their thoughts before they reach those levels where interviews becoming more rapid and more rapid. Mm-hmm. So it was great having the young future champion. He dug deep, man. That was a test. That was a nice test. Yeah. And those type of fights are the ones that make it determine. Yeah, and he dug deep, man. That boy was coming straight forward like a bull. Yeah. He was stepping over, giving angles and ripping down. I wasn't able to watch it as I wanted to at the live actual fight. Mm-hmm. When I went home and watched it on the video, I was impressed, and that was my decision for bringing him on, because I was impressed by how he was able to overcome that obstacle of fighting such the well. That guy was no walk through it.
Nah, it was real
average.
First round, I said, "Oh, real Mexican."
Yeah.
He was coming, but Sugar Wayne he was faster and sharper. You know what I'm saying? He was just he was getting them. Like,
one thing I like about Youngin, man, is his inside game. His inside game. Look how he ripping, man. Look at him. Guy ripping,
Yeah,
stepping over,
sidestep. Whoop.
side step, whop, whop. Yeah. Inside that
Yeah,
inside work, man. That was definitely necessary for that type of fight right there, man.
yeah, he's finding a home for that uppercut too.
Yeah, that up
He saw that joint was there. He was in there all day. That
yes,
joint was all
indeed,
day.
man. Body head, ripping down, spinning. I was impressed, man, by the performance he put on last weekend. Well, it's time to move on to some new news coming up, man. We still wait for JR to get in here, man. We going to talk about the top 5 greatest left hooks of all times.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
yeah,
he said he liked Roy. That's what
yeah. Who said that?
Sugar Wayne. He
Oh,
said he
she
liked
ain't say
Roy. He
like
said
Roy.
he said his punch the hook. He liked Roy hook. You know.
Yeah. Roy was one of the ones that was that. And he definitely was one of the ones with the hook that'll surprise you and throw you off.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. We also you said something about the B sample for Ryan Garcia. They wasn't in today. We thought we was expected to report and talk about that as well, but those numbers were not in. So
They
the results.
so
I mean,
the results, yeah, they opened them today
okay,
or whatever, but it's still gonna take a couple days for the results for them to test them out or whatever.
yeah,
So it's gonna take a couple days. Michael Benson tweeted out Ryan, and I'm gonna just read what he tweeted. Ryan Garcia's drug test B sample results will reportedly take at least a couple days, possibly until early next week. Garcia's B samples were opened today after he tested positive for ostarine on the day before and the day of the Devin Haney fight. That was from Dan Rayfield. He added Dan Rayfield at the end, so
oh, okay.
I guess that's who he's crediting
So,
that
so we was
news
gonna
to.
have some breaking news, but I knew doesn't really matter now. I'm against cheating though. Hands down, this sport is too dangerous for if any edge says such. Like as far as that goes, I'm against it. But I'm hoping that the results is negative and let's move on and move on to bigger and better things, man. Personally, man, I'm sick of the soap opera between Ryan and Devin Haney at this point.
Yeah, I'm over it. Like, just let it be. If they come back dirty, handle it how y'all handle it. But I'm done. Like, it's
Yeah,
it's been drugged through the mud right about that at this point.
yeah,
We ain't heard this much about B samples ever.
right. I ain't know. I just found out what a B sample was until this
Oh
damn
nah,
shit.
yeah,
Shit,
I
I ain't never known. Shit, I ain't never heard of it. I ain't shit. By back in our days, ain't nobody do shit. You was bad. You was hopefully you could have got a damn supplement, just a basic damn amino acid shit. I mean, it was going on, but it wasn't really, you know, like that. I don't think it was really that bad. Could have been. I ain't never heard nobody back then was really doing it. Doing hard
yeah, I
drugs.
know. I know, like track and field and all that type stuff.
Field was
They had B
included
samples. They
football
would do B
and
samples and stuff
yeah,
like that.
okay.
So yeah, I heard of them, but not this much. Good gracious,
Right. And
everybody should be a B sample expert at this point.
boxing is too scary. I mean, it's a scary sport to the point where when somebody get an edge like that anyway.
Yeah,
You know?
nah, you playing with lives, bro.
Yeah.
And with anything like it's rules and PED sanctions and stuff like that for a reason in boxing. Baseball, I don't care. Hit home runs, I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Boxing, now you really try and kill somebody or hurt somebody.
Yeah. That's
serious.
that's
Like,
what I need to.
yeah, this sport don't need that at all.
For those that's live on air with us now, hit the like and subscribe button. We trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, man. We already just crossed
That
over the
right.
1,000 subscribers.
That's
Let's
that
like and
right.
subscribe. Hit the like and subscribe button, please, so we can get these numbers off. Also, man, in 5 minutes we will be discussing our picks for the top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. Today's topic will be about the top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. And to let's disclaimer, let's say this now.
Y'all gonna
These
hate my list. It's fine. I don't care.
these these are our personal uh preferences and choices that we pick as our top fives. It's not no holy grail of boxing. It's not no stamped list. It's our own personal top 5 greatest left
You know
hooks
what?
of all times.
You know what?
In the
I'm gonna
comment
just tell
section,
y'all my
man.
first. I'm gonna tell y'all my number one right now, man. It's Butterbean. Butterbean. Best level.
For those that's on here watching, type down in the comment section, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Type your top 5 great left hooks of all times. If you are out here watching now live, put down your top 5 greatest left hooks of all time. Fighters that has the greatest left hooks of all time. Put your top 5 greatest left hooks in the comment section. That way, we all will do a comparison and just have different perspectives. I want to hear the fans' perspective. Your top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. Place in the comment section. Also hit the like and subscribe button, please. Yes, indeed. We got 3 more minutes. We waiting to get JR up in here, and we're gonna give our top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. Boxing is doing some numbers, man. We got some fights coming up. I look forward to these fight cards that's coming.
Oh yeah.
DC in the DMV area got been
Oh
having. We
yeah.
got
Some fights coming
I
here
mean,
too.
it's a
Yeah.
fight coming up in June. We got
Yeah.
world
Roach.
champion
Roach
Lamar Roach
Carter.
Jr. fighting. Jetta Promotions got a card coming up in I think June or July as well.
July.
So we got a lot of
July
boxing. We just
20th.
had the fight card just happened last week at the sports arena, the
Mm-hmm.
entertainment and sports arena in Southeast, which we got another one coming up in June. Got a lot of boxing going on in the area right now, man. I'm so impressed and so proud that these young gladiators get the time to share their art, man, to share their hard work, man. It's I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It has not been like this in I'm gonna say in almost a long time where all these fights are happening in this area. Professional, I mean.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
pro fights is going on. These youngers is getting that work. DC is pushing, man. Shout out to all the promoters out there that's got involved in boxing and giving these young fighters a shot at showcasing their skills and improving their abilities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, salute to that because it's a lot of a lot of times young guys they can't get a fight,
yeah,
and to have so many promotions and things, and at least even in a area in a region that's putting on fights consistently,
yes, indeed.
it's a blessing for these youngins that they able to get fights, able to build a career, able to feed their folks, and yeah, gotta love
Yes,
it.
yes, indeed. For those just tuning in, man, today our topic gonna be about the top 5 greatest left hooks of all time. If you're just tuning in, hit the like and subscribe button as well as type in your top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. Put it down below in the comment section. I'm interested and I want to see other people's perspectives as we give our own here. We already got our list, so we're not going to take your top 5 list
I'm gonna
from you.
change mine.
Yes,
Give me some
indeed, man.
answers. Help, help.
Wait for JR to tune in, man. Once JR come in, we going to give our top
Yeah.
five greatest
Think
left
next week
hooks.
is time. Next week is time to do our quarterly pound for pound list.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we could probably bro work on that. That'd be our list next week. Our little pound for pound list. So see if anybody on there, anybody fell off. One wait. But I mean, I don't know if I gotta wait, but you know, some people might want to leave Devin on, take Devin off, you know.
Yeah, he never made my list, man.
Devin was on mine, man. He was on
Never
mine,
made
man.
my list. Top 5 or top 10?
10.
He made the top 10. Yeah, he made top 10. Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Actually, he made my top 5. I'm just teasing, man.
Yeah, man. I done
That performance he put on against what's
against
his name?
Regis.
What Regis
Yeah,
was.
Regis
that-
performance was spooky. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That motherfucker might have had some Osterine now, and I'm just joking. I don't want anybody come at me. I'm just joking. You feel me? But nah, yeah, bro. That list gonna be something, man. It's a lot of good fighters right now, man. It's actually a good time in the sport, bro. If you really think about it, it's a good time because it's like just about every weight class got some guys up top, you know, got good fights to be made. It's good fights to be made, man. It's really a good time in the sport, bro. It's like we keep saying, it's up to them to make the fights, Joe. Because it's some dudes out here that could give some dudes some go.
Yeah, you know? It's a lot of comp. Like I was, and you know, we was talking about yesterday about the heavyweight division and how it's fights that can be just switched around and made. It's just so many fights that can be switched around. Yeah. And shout out to those that's like we go beyond the world title thinking. You know, here we go. We got JR in the building now, ladies and gentlemen. We got JR.
Thumbs up when you're ready, bro.
Let's get the thumbs up when you're ready, champ. Yes,
You gonna ask me who ever hit the? Nah, I'm ready. Bump time. Let's go.
What's going on, champ?
Nothing much, legend. How you doing?
Man, all is well.
Man. I'm still mad at you, man.
Hey, man, what?
You know, we ain't gonna talk about it on air, but I'm still mad at you, Mr. G.
Oh, man.
Matter of fact, I'm walking off right now just because of that. All right, man. I'm gonna do what you did. No,
Don't
man.
do that to me, man.
You know why I'm mad at him, too. You know why I'm mad at him. You know how I be wanting to give the right people the love they deserve and the respect they deserve on, like, not just telling them, you know, in the back in the dressing room at an event. No, I want to sit there and tell, like, oh, we got this platform with these cameras. All right, man. That's why I said, man, these guys right here, I came up behind that Hillcrest. Everything you see at the end, when it came to the podcast thing, I wanted to be able to put you right there and say, this guy, also saw something in me. I wasn't just a fighter that he thought I could be in front of a camera and talk boxing. But. Nah, man, yeah, so, we still beefing. So your punishment is going to be, I'm going to cook your list again today.
I know you are. It's all good. You going to get me, man.
You done cooked us a few weeks in a row, man. Man, it's an honor to have you on here, young soldier, man. We
definitely.
Before we get there,
yes, sir.
I know you wanted to say something about the Fury fight, man. What was your thoughts on it?
Oh, I want to hear what you feel, because you was a little hot at the arena. You was a little hot. You was a little hot. Me and Suge walked out of that joke. He was like, what was y'all over there talking about? Hey, man, you mad about that daggone fight? One in a row.
I was, because I'm looking, we ain't see it at the time, so I'm looking, I'm like, I'm seeing a whole lot of people saying, nah, Fury won. I mean, if Fury saying he won, I'm like, man, I ain't robbed my man. I'm like, I came home, I watched it.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I had Usyk scored to win 114, 113. Usyk won. And I mean, you know, I can admit it. You know, small, little, the middleweight beat the heavyweight. It's cool.
Middleweight, God, dog.
You know, that's what Fury called him. Fury called him a pumped
Sure
up
was
middleweight.
like, so everybody out of Hillcrest, we all call my girlfriend. Her name is Shay, but we always call her Big Suge. So she was like, "What do I say?" Let's just say he'd be broke right now. He was betting for like a couple of rent money will be 2 months behind right about now.
Hurt. Yeah.
About that fight, man. We ain't gonna see the highlights. Gonna make people think he got smashed.
Yeah.
Like Fury got smashed. If you look at the highlights, because the first highlights you saw was him landing a lot, getting a lot of left hands and left hand hooks landed on him. And then the biggest highlight you kept seeing nonstop was, oh, he's hurt. You know, him fumbling around and everything. But if you watch the tape, rounds 4 through 8, man, he looked good.
Yeah.
He really was Tyson Fury. Like, he really was like rounds 4 through 8, giving, you know, make it the herky jerky jump was on one. He's, you know, his stuff he do, turn him this way, walking him this way, and you know, but you could see everything that Fury said he was worried about with Usyk showed up as the fight went on. He couldn't even. You gotta remember, this is a guy who was in clinches with Klitschko, who was in a clinch with Wilder, and they couldn't do nothing with him in the clinch. Couldn't do nothing with him in the clinch. Yeah. His clinches are so annoying. Like, it's not even a systematic clinch. It is it's an aggressive. It's like he doing it just to bully you type of. He sits there and he mugging you, and he's doing little stuff as he's clinching you, which is annoying. And Usyk wasn't having it. Even if Usyk didn't get a good guard on counter wrap on his arm, Usyk would just and just push him. You know how some guys they may throw a shoulder or they so for people who don't know, like if the arm comes this way, so if you imagine arm comes this way to grab you, you can go and they go to grab you can go over like this and then push, or what you do is you pull under. If they locking you like this, you kind of like it's like you got zip ties on you. You go and pull in and off. And a lot of them clinches that Usyk barely got a chance today. He just like, oh man, you know, forget this, and just took whatever strength he had and pushed them off. And then the left hand hooks started to become abundant, and it took he didn't expect Usyk to hit that hard. We don't know how much of him being hurt was years of boxing, and then not too long ago, you were in a trilogy with probably the only guy that has been arguably put up against Ernie Shavers as the hardest puncher. You know, and I think also more so, we all know Usyk ain't hitting no harder than no Wilder. We know that, but I think it was the speed and the timing of the shots that really buzzed him. And if you look at where he hit him, because Wilder's strong to where he can hit you anywhere and you're out of there. But Usyk, I've seen him hurt guys in sparring. I've seen him hurt guys in the ring, and he's like me. He's gonna hit you in certain spots. The left hand hook was tip of the chin, which for people who don't know, that nerve ending goes through the bottom of your jawline all the way up and that to the back of the ear. That's why you see guys when they get hit on the tip of the chin, they're kind of paralyzed for those 10 seconds on the ground. Then if you see guys get hit in the back of the ear, which goes to the occipital lobe, which also controls balance and everything, was the first thing you see when they get hit behind the ear. They look fine, but their legs doing something totally different. You know, and that hook, he hit Fury, if I remember right, it was here. That glove spread it about right here on the tip. But that hook, if you look at where the padding landed at, it was all of this. It was basically all of this. Yeah. So you basically hit him in them two spots that I'm talking about. So the only thing that's keeping him up is his will. Yeah. And from my experience, I can tell y'all now, I got hit in the back of the head, like back of the head towards the back of the ear in sparring once. The kid didn't do it on purpose. I was just pulling and I slipped. And when I slipped, I took my right leg to step out and move, start moving back around the ring. That right hand kind of like reached and landed right here from like the back of the ear to like the back of the head. And all of a sudden, I'm fine. Boom, man, I got a headgear on. I'm fine. And all of a sudden, I just stumbled for a second. Kind of like how, remember when Canelo got hurt by Cotto brother? And he was walking and he just, like that out of the blue. That's exactly how it was. Exactly like that. The sequence is over. And like, boom. The heck? Like, and then someone kept doing this. There's a time. He's like, the back of the head. And I said, Dad, was that the back of the head? I thought it was the side. He said, yeah, you got in the back of the head. You said, walk, take a walk. And they stopped they timed it. So when you get hit with those type of shots, and you put it without a headgear, fight gloves, and it's the pros, it took a lot for Fury to get this stuff together after that. It took a whole lot for him to get his stuff together because that Bama was hurt.
He was
I thought the ropes was about to break. That's a lot of loose weight. Like going stumbling around that ring.
Yeah.
Man, I remember my girlfriend was at Merlin Live. She saw them heavyweights fighting. She said, "Babe, we up here and I could see the ring shaking." And she's like, she said, "I don't never want to be sitting down there ringside." And these dudes leaning on the ropes. I said, "The ring ain't gonna break." She said, "Has it ever broken before?" I said, "Yeah, bloopers, certain rings have broken, but ain't nothing gonna happen." She said, "Nope, don't put it because of stuff like that." Because you see a dude and all of a sudden he's stoned, he just coming towards the rope, and he lean, and that man will hit. He's like a pinball. He hit every corner pocket of that joint.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I was like,
God Almighty, and so it, now they always say it takes a great little man to be the good big man.
Facts.
We've heard that from yesteryear before any of us on this podcast was born. That was said in boxing.
Facts.
Because Sam Langford and Joe Gans and oh my goodness, Louis Firpo, so many great fighters. I could keep going down the list and naming that came from smaller weight classes up. It's not. They make it look easy, but it's a little different when you're in there with a guy that's bigger than you and you're better, but you're so less. For instance, like what I dealt with, I'm helping a bigger fighter. One guy named was Boogie. I mean, same thing happened with Epps, with Jared. I'm so used to stepping here and pivoting out, and because they're so big, every step that you take, you got to take 2 to 4 more steps just to get around it.
Yeah.
When you slipping, and almost to the point where you might go off balance because you're trying to step that leg. You always taught you never go over your knee or the outside of your knee to stay balanced and level. And you like, oh my God, like everything, that side window is so much smaller.
How am I get over there?
And each man, what? And all they gotta do is take a small step to cut you off.
Yeah.
So, but we're not gonna act like Uzi box beauty, but he paid. He had to pay the toll to cross that bridge. He paid the toll. Yeah. You saw his hands and saw his face after the next day, and when he was at the hotel, he paid the cost.
Oh yeah, he said he's suspended right now for the injuries say that he took in that fight too. So, like that was a war, hell of a fight, man. One thing I think Usyk, Fury had a couple mistakes that got him, right?
Yes, sir.
He kept backing straight up. And when he got caught with that shot, I don't know why he's sitting in the middle, pity patting, throwing 3, 4, 5 uppercuts at Usyk like that. Usyk
Trying
like,
to be Ali.
okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna show you something. Crack.
Yeah.
And then he go ding, 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 ping ponging around the ring. So I think those a couple mistakes he made that I think he'll fix the next one, and the next one gonna be.
You think it's gonna be a next one?
Oh, they got
Yeah. They already
rematch clause.
exercising it.
Oh, you got to double my money. Oh, you better double my money.
Is this the question I got for you though, Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Do you think now he's exercising the rematch clause?
Yes,
Do
sir.
you think he's going to come in bigger like he did the Wilder fight?
Depends on how his movement feels. Cause he moved good. He moved good Saturday.
But do you? The reason why I asked that question was, is he going because he almost got knocked down? He did get knocked down, right?
Yeah.
Similar to Wilder, you think he's going to try to duplicate that in a rematch? Or you like you said, you're similar. It depends on how he moves. But do you think he should come in bigger?
I doubt it. He don't need to be too much bigger. For what? I mean, but my problem was when I saw the first round, I felt like he was going to lose. And I'm going to tell you why. Why are you allowing a little guy to out-jab you? Why are you allowing this little guy to back you up that significantly?
Exactly.
Why is he taking your real estate from you that much? You had a 6-inch reach, let alone weight, let alone height. Why are you backing up that much?
Yeah.
You had no business on the ropes. None.
Yeah.
Zero. I don't want no excuse for it. You had no business. You supposed to be, every time his little arms, as soon as you see his shoulder move, you supposed to put a shotgun jab in his face immediately from the first round. Immediately from the first round. And as soon as you hit him with the first shotgun jab, you inch forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to impose it in his mind that he coming.
Yeah.
He closing, he inching it. Because you already know Usyk's mind frame is, God, I'm smaller. I got to get close to this guy.
Yeah.
Even when he fought Joshua, even though him and Joshua were right here and like kind of toe to toe, it was still him working a heavy bag in the sense of boom, boom, roll, step over. Like he was boxing. He wasn't trying to apply the pressure. Like seriously, it was counter shots. And when he was coming forward on AJ, it was counter to the body as he's throwing. I'll pivot here and I throw my uppercut hook, whatever. It wasn't like how he was doing with Fury, like really pushing off, trying to almost Joe Frazier, like trying to push him and get back. I gotta push this guy. Go back, push him backwards and really get on the inside. So that's the part that I did not understand. You supposed to be in clinches. If you get in a clinch with him, even though when he doesn't even allow you to get in the clinch with him, when his arm's like this, shoot a little short uppercut right to his elbow. Right to his bicep, right to his tricep. Because you'll keep hitting his brachial nerves. And it'll send a nice little zzz down his arm and start numbing his arm up.
I remember Joshua hurt him, right? Joshua hurt Usyk.
Yes, hurt him to the body.
And I remember Fury saying, I told him.
It was low. Nah.
Fury said, I told him to go to the body. I told him, go to the body. He's sweet to the body. And he ain't go to the body this fight as much as I thought he would.
Yeah, like I get you're taller. You don't want to. You when you go to the body as a taller man, and when I started to get tall, I had to adjust, and when my coordinator started to catch up to me, and Dad was like, "You don't squat too low to go to the body when you're tall, because you're going right into his power. You're going right into where he needs you to be at to land that big shot, because you sliding too low to get to his body when you could just pull here, just that little bit and reach over and still have enough distance right here to control, boom, boom, whatever." He didn't want, like, I get it. You don't want to squat too low, but he didn't even, if you're going to pity pat this guy, I'm pity patting you from out here just to range find you. and blind you. Like, all right, okay, bye. This little short, it ain't even gotta be from here, cause we already or from here, cause we know fear sometimes shoots it from here. It could be right here, like those Cubans, boom, boom, and just little stuff. Sandy Sadler was known for that. Little tiny guy who had 108 knockouts would sit there and be in the clinch with somebody, grab your glove, moving, and next you know your nose is broke.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't understand. It's me being a little guy who I like to call child protective service, because my father always threw me in there with big guys. You know, him and Buddy threw me in there with big guys. And then the few times where I was the bigger guy and was helping helping my little cousin Keon. And only time I would go backwards was if I wanted to help him and teach him little stuff about walking a guy down in the amateur. But besides that, no. Like, as soon as he would trade, you know, you little cousin, he gonna try. He gonna try to move, and I took him and threw him right to the canvas on purpose. I threw him threw him to the canvas. You know, like, that's the type of stuff is you the bigger man you supposed to do. Like, I'll give an example. Way back when Crawford was still at 35 pounds, there was a guy coming up where everybody in the uproar at Top Rank named Vasily Lomachenko. And people was, oh my gosh, what if they fought? What if they fought? What if they fought? And Bud was saying, if it happens, it needs to happen now, because I won't be at 35 too much longer. And both of them turned out to, Mikey Garcia was at the ESPN offices that day, Bud was, Vasily Lomachenko was, and it came up about them fighting each other. Bud's in the room. And he said, oh, no, I lose. Everybody in the room looking like, Mo, you just stuffed the money. What you say? You know, right? And he said, no, I lose. He's like, why? He said, because he's too big. He's a very good fighter, and he's too big. If he goes in there and he knows anything about being the bigger man and how to impose himself as a bigger man in the ring, I lose that night. That's right there what I mean of how Fury should have been fighting Usyk. If you can't dissect that sentence, what I just said, and you gotta remember, who's Vasily Lomachenko's best friend? Usyk. Who he came up on the amateur team with? Usyk. They both fight similar. All Usyk is a taller, bigger version of Vasily. He do the same side steps and everything. It just don't happen as frequent because he's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And he said that. He said that about Crawford. No, I lose. He's too big. If he goes in there and he knows how to fight and like the bigger man, I lose. That's how Fury was supposed to fight Usyk.
True statement, man. We had to get your perspective, man, because we did a show last night. We was like, man, we should have had JR on last night. Yes, last night, man. But we made sure, and C's made sure he got your perspective, man, for the day, man, for sure.
Yeah. I had to let him know. Yeah, he was right.
So here we go now, man. Here we go. We going to get to the topic at hand.
Okay.
The top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. For those that is in the just got in on the page on the channel, we're now doing our top 5 greatest left hooks of all times. And for those who know, we're gonna do a disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Gotta put the disclaimer.
No holy grail of boxing. This is no we just giving our point of views and perspectives. And this is no holy grail of boxing, so we're going to list our top 5 greatest left hooks of all time. These are our individual choices, so be ready to Here, our top 5. And we're going to start it off with my brother C's. Give
Yes,
me
sir.
your
Yeah.
number 5.
JR already gave my number 1. I told him my number 1 was Butterbean. So just know I already gave.
He was my he was my honorable mention. That was my
Dang.
honorable mention.
Number 1, man. Come on, Psych. Nah. Number
Oh
5.
man.
Number 5. I'm going to start it out, man. Number 5, I'm going David Tua, man.
Oh, damn.
Mm.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Give
and
me-
I got him number 5 because it was basically his only punch, man. And to get to the championship level and, you know what I'm saying, and knock out everybody like he did with one punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild, that fight with Lennox, because Lennox just kept that hand up the whole fight. Like, nope, you ain't landing that shot. Got to beat me with something else. Hey, Tua ain't had no answers. But that hook was crazy.
Tua was there. He on my he up there, man. He had the mean hook, man. He had a mean one.
Hey.
Brother JR, give me your number 5, brother.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya. He had a mean one too. And he was really a right-hander.
He was really left-handed. Yup.
Yep.
He was really left-handed. And
Really
his first coach couldn't teach him how to fight southpaw,
Exactly. Yeah.
which is bull. He is coach. If y'all know, back in the day, it ain't southpaws wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Exactly.
Guys switch hitting, guys coming up, being able to switch. Back then, you had coaches that would say, "I don't train southpaw." They'll tell you, bring your kid in there, he's left-handed. Well, he gonna fight right-handed in here. He's just gonna have a strong left hand. Like, that's just how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
And his was so. The thing that always comes to my mind when he throws that left hook was the Vargas fight, because if you watch when he put Vargas down, when Vargas' whole body went numb and he fell back, he threw that hook in between. And if you watch that tape closely, Vargas got off first.
Yeah.
And his joint got right in between it, just right inside of his right hand. And you know what people say, the shortest distance is a straight line.
Yep.
And he got right in it, boom, and it was just oh my, and all you heard was a push.
Yep.
That's all you would hear is push. Whenever he would land that hook, that's all you would hear through your TV, through the HBO channel, just push. And every single time. And guys would have only few guys that really took it with no problem and kept it going. For instance, Ike Cortez, but it was very deadly because he had a nasty jab and he could turn that hook off the jab with ease.
Yeah, he would. That's real, Dave. That's a good choice, man. That's a good choice. Yeah, man. I like that choice because I always knew he was a left-hander. A lot of people didn't know that. You're right. You're definitely right, man. Young prodigy, man. You're a young prodigy. Library. Well, my number 5 is Bobby Foster.
Okay.
The great Bobby Foster had his left who used to paralyze people, man. Paralyze fighters, man. So I seen him hit this guy with a left hook, man. That guy looked like he took his soul from him, man.
Oh, Corey brother.
Yes, indeed, man. He caught that boy and he did it. Remember when he did the Lord?
Yeah, he like, there you go. The swagger. Because he could throw it whether it was short or if it was long, and it was still treacherous.
Yes, indeed, man. So Bobby Foster is my number 5. All right, C's, your number 4.
Number 4, man. I gotta give a shout out to Sugar Wayne, man, because as his guy, Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. And it was the speed and the athleticism, because he'd just jump in with what? And it was pretty much unblockable. You ain't know when it was coming. You couldn't block it. Couldn't do nothing. It was just going to catch. Boop. Okay, now. So, yeah, it's Roy, man, number 4.
All right, JR, your number 4.
the crazy part was he was gonna be my number 4 as well. And the example I was gonna give was
Yeah, we all got
forget about his early career. Forget
yeah.
about it. I don't forget about it. That's just that's really. I'm gonna give a bigger perspective. The Jeff Lacey fight. Do y'all remember when he fought Jeff Lacey and he was old, damaged goods?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew he was, going into the tail end of his career, but how fast the shots was coming, the triple, quadruple,
Like,
5 hooks,
Yeah.
literally.
yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way he's 37, 38. I swear, the same face I'm making right now. I'm looking at the TV going, ain't no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. How is he still that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, unreal. And then he started tripling it, touch body, come back up again for another triple. And I'm like, if I could just get it. Like, I know people, man, June, you fast, man. Like, even Frankie at the gym gave me a props a couple weeks ago. He said, man, you fast. And especially saying it, for how long my arms are. But I remember watching Roy and going, Lord, please, if I could just be half as fast as that and then be older and still only lose maybe 1/10 or 2/10 of a second, I'm still good. Because this man was literally, then he started, doom, 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 doom. Like, I never forget what Bernard Hopkins said. He said that first fight, I was scared of him. He said I was so scared of his speed because it was so fast. I'm like, if I can't see it coming. I can't see nothing coming. Yeah. If I get hit, I'm going to sleep. Yeah. That's what he said. Yeah. And you got to think, this is Bernard Hopkins, who always kept his body in tip-top shape, who didn't have the best head movement, but when you're in tip-top shape all the time, the rounds get slower. Like the reactions, everything that happened gets slower because you see everything coming. You can hear Winky Wright say when he fought Trinidad, how he was in such good shape, everything was coming off slow. The rounds slow down, everything. And he's literally throwing this, and it's a picture from that fight where he's cuffing it, and you see his arm go out, his visor going all the way out. And this is a 60-pounder. And it's like, his arm looked like a cruiserweight. Yeah. And it was just ridiculous how fast and accurate. Because some guys could be fast, but not accurate. There's some guys that are fast, but they don't have that good of precision. And his was precise. Even hitting, I think it was Tate. I want to say it was Thomas Tate. When he hit him with a 1-2. We hit him with a hook brick, and usually your head supposed to do this. Pop, pop. He hit him, and before his head could come back this way, he basically hit him twice, pop, pop, which can crack the neck because you're double whipping it before it can even go back. Just ridiculous hook, just ridiculous. Roy Jones Jr. number 4.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, my number 4 is the same, fellas. I think this is the first time we had a 4-way, 3-way, all the way around. I'm gonna go the opposite time frame that you went in, JR. With you went in the early career, I'm going to the early. I'm going back to the USA boxing. I'm not USA. The Tuesday night fight, Roy Jones. Triple hooks. The Roy Jones that threw like 3, 4, and 5 hooks at a time, 3 and 4 hook Roy Jones. The leaping in with the hook Roy Jones. With the hook Roy Jones. So Roy Jones is my number 4 based off of just that time frame alone. I mean, that made me polish my hook because I was known for being a great left hooker.
Yeah.
And Roy Jones made me just go polish mine up because of the fact that how I saw him on the USA on the Tuesday night boxing on USA, man. How accurate and precise it was. I mean, Roy Jones used to use his hook like damn near like a jab sometimes. He would
Yes,
lead.
that's what I was about to say. Yup.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, that's my number 4 right with you guys, man. We all went around that one or 3-way on that one. So,
Hey.
Siege, your number 3.
Number 3, Iron Mike Tyson. Number
Okay.
3.
Okay.
And it's just ferocious, man, and it's body head attack. Like he get to your body and take you out, head take you out. All of them throwing evil intentions, you know. He punched
Yeah.
nasty.
Yes, yeah.
And the fear of that Tyson hook won the fight for him before the bell started.
Yes, indeed.
You know, man was just scared, like, oh nah, this man gonna hit me and I'm gonna go to sleep. So number 3, Mike Tyson.
He threw the hook sometimes. For those that don't know, we giving our top. For those just come in, we giving our top 5 greatest left hooks of all time. We currently on number 3, and C's just picked Mike Tyson. You're right, man. Mike, that left hook was a ferocious. Yeah, it was ferocious, and I've seen him throw it sometime. The dude ain't really even get hit with it. He went down.
The wind, the air from that joint knocked you. Oh, Lord, that was a breeze.
So, JR, what's your number 3?
Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey. God damn. Yes, indeed. Okay.
I will go to the Jess Willard fight. Jess Willard had came off of his win over Jack Johnson in Cuba, and a little high on himself. You know, he was very big. Like the fighters, the heavyweights that are here today, for people who don't know, a heavyweight back in that time, all the way up to the Marciano era. So that also includes Joe Louis, all them guys. A heavyweight was a guy. Them heavyweights would come in 5'10", 185, and they were considered heavyweights.
Yeah.
You know, when it got to the 70s with the Corys and Ali, Frazier, and all those guys that were 200, a lot of times they were even a couple fights with Ali was 198. You know, 205.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, so, you know, back in Dempsey's time, it was just a freak of nature to see Jess Willard. Because you got to remember, Jack Johnson was considered huge, and he got dwarfed by Jess Willard. So Jess Willard beats Jack Johnson barely. If y'all know the backstory of that fight, or you know whatever you choose to believe about what happened that day in Cuba for that 46 round, he then gets hit by Tex Rickard. I think I got the name right, which is Dempsey's promoter, to fight his guy, the Manasseh Mauler, the guy who came up fighting, driving the train rail to the next city, going to bar, and was winning fights. And the only fight he had lost, he got stopped at a bar, and it was because he hadn't eaten in 2 days. That's the only reason why Jack Dempsey had lost leading up to the Jess Willard fight. So he gets ready to fight Jess Willard. Jess Willard was so high on himself, he said, I'll fight the midget. He said, all right, I'll fight him. I just don't go to jail if I hurt the boy, right? I won't go to jail if I hurt the boy, right? So bets start. And the betting, for people who don't understand, back then there isn't no pay-per-view. There isn't it's hardly even closed cinema. And closed cinema back then they were kind of like how we watched back. Remember, HBO would show the pay-per-view, and then if you didn't order the pay-per-view, you had to wait till next week to watch what happened with the fight. So that's kind of how it was back then. They would film it, and then they would copy it, send it to different big cities. You would go into the cinema to watch the fight, you know. So going into the fight, bets are getting made. And I want to say Tex Rickard. I hope I got his promoter's name right. I think I might have mixed the promoter's name up with a different fighter. But he put a bet on Jack that he can get him out of there in I think 1 or 2 rounds. Going in there and people are literally looking like they can't believe they're throwing stuff at Jack Dempsey's trainer and promoter. Like, how dare you throw this guy in there? You're gonna get the kid killed. This is what's being yelled. Bell rings. Lord Jesus. Somebody who has watched a lot of fights, heard a lot of stories, been there for a lot of one-sided ass whoopings. To the damage that was inflicted by his left hook, Dempsey is moving, sizing it, and then he starts his Dempsey roll. Pop, pop, because he would pull like this, but he would also boom and rock off, and he would do it to get the leverage. Just like if you pull, just like how Hagler would and then come back, he was getting his leverage. And he rocks and rocks. And just was backing up towards the corner thinking he's going to just pause. A lot of stuff was legal back then. You could literally grab your hand and put it on top of the guy's head back then.
Yeah.
And the referee wouldn't say jack. Nothing. And next thing you know, wow. And I mean, the hook hits Just Wood and he just collapses in the corner. Gets up. And for people who don't know, back then it wasn't no neutral corner. The person who actually invented the neutral corner was Jack Dempsey, because when he fought Gene Tunney, because he didn't want Gene Tunney to drop him and stand over him like he stood over other guys. Because back then you could just stand over the guy, and as soon as the guy not stand up, as soon as the guy did this, like halfway up, you could just crack him again.
Okay.
Yes. Like so, like you know how you on all fours and you see the guy like coming almost up to on his twos. He's like halfway bending up. You could crack him from right there.
Oh no!
So
biting your ankle first, champ. All right, let me get it,
man. And Dempsey was just a mean old critter, as some of my country family members would say. A mean old critter. He would damage you. So he winds up once again. Boom, another hook. Now he starts adding a looping overhand with it. And then back to the hook. He starts breaking Willard's cheekbone, shattered his cheekbone, broke his eye socket, knocked out 8 of his teeth.
Gee.
And as he gets to the end of the round 1, he's about to start walking because they thought they stopped it. But remember, Texas Ricker has money on that the fight will stop at the first round. So he said, yeah, put your robe on. So I walked him out the ring like the fight's supposed to go. Said, no, you got to come back. Came back in there, started putting more licking on Just Willard. Just Willard is mumbling in the corner. And they said, oh my God, he's so delirious that he's that punchy right now. He was slightly in and out of it, but what he was whispering to himself is, I still have my farm in Kansas. I still have my farm in Kansas. I still have my farm in Kansas. Because he basically had an alfalfa. He was an alfalfa farmer. He had like, a lot of land and everything. He was like, basically, he's rocking in the corner with his hand. It's a picture. You can see his hand on the rope. He's rocking. And he's saying to himself, because his jaws broke as well. Because back then, you didn't have mouthpieces. Like, you had mouthpieces, but you didn't have mouthpieces. You would take cotton, or you would take pieces of rubber from a tire, or you would take tissue, and you would bite down on it to get round to round. And what they would do is carry it looked like a jewelry box about this big, and they would take pieces of cotton out, put it in your mouth, like every 5 rounds or so, every 3 rounds, depending on how much saliva you were building up, and you got to throw it away, you put a new one in. So them teeth was out of there. And he's saying, I still got my farm in Kansas. Still got my farm in Kansas. And he was, and 3 broken ribs on this side, 2 broken ribs on this side.
Damn.
So yeah, but that left hook, yeah, he damaged him pretty bad. Go take a look.
Somebody do that to me in 1 round.
Oh, I'm getting the gun. Go get the gun.
Yeah, you get shot, champ.
Remember,
It's over.
You gotta remember, back then the guns was like only one shooter. Like, goddamn, I'm gonna load this thing up one time as much as I need to.
Daddy,
I'm gonna get
Daddy,
enough
get the
motion.
musket.
Get the
Get
mu-
the musket.
get the-
He slept.
Oh man. So yeah, Manasseh Mauler. I tip my hat to you, sir. You got my number 3.
Number 3. Okay, that's a good one, man. That's a great history lesson, man. That's why I love bringing JR on here, man.
Man,
He's a boxing encyclopedia, man,
the
for sure.
library.
But my number 3 is David Tua, man.
Ugh.
I just used to like the way that man he had a most compact left hook. It was like short and compact.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm rocking with David Tua on that one, man. I just like the way he used to fight. He was similar to Mike Tyson to me. When we didn't have Mike Tyson for a few years, we had David Tua.
Yeah, too.
Beat Mike Tyson. And David Tua's left hook will shut you down. He hit you, it paralyzed you. So
Yeah.
I'm rocking with David Tua, man. Siege, your number 2
No matter or dos.
greatest left hooks of all time is
Joe Frazier, man.
Frazier. Okay.
Go Joe Frazier, man. And it was how he threw it. Sometimes he'd throw it going up. Sometimes he'd throw it over. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It was how he threw it. It was what he put into it. He put everything
Everything.
into that shot, bro. It was like good, great. I like every pound he had came. I mean, he would like he was trying to take your head off with that shot, man. But so yeah, I'm going Joe Frazier number 2.
Okay. That's not a bad choice at all.
Yeah.
JR, give me your greatest
Um,
second number two left hook of all times. The second greatest left hook of all times.
I don't know why, but his face just keeps popping in my head. Costa Zoo.
Costa do that mean joint too. Yeah.
And it was the way he threw it. I tell y'all a funny so the way Costa Zoo would fight, he fought like this.
Yeah.
His defense kind of suffered for it because his head would be right on line. So sometimes he took some shots. But his first defense was you had to get past this first. Then you had to get past this. Then if you made it to this, then I was gonna pull. Then I'm gonna,
Mm-hmm.
And he would do this thing, and I could not, for the life of me, when I was a little kid, figure out how he would do this, throw his jab, and he wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and just,
It's just fall right up.
Exactly how he threw it.
and just drop it. You just drop it.
And when that joke landed,
You felt it, man. I never forget this. I think I could tell this story. But since I didn't get full permission from the fighter, I'll take his name out of it. Somebody that was friends with my dad told me, because there's a lot of guys from here who fought him in the amateurs as well.
Yeah.
And said, man, I'm watching him. I'm like, man, he ain't hitting me with that buzz. He ain't hitting me with that buzz. Man, damn it. And because you see it and it's slow, and it's not that slow where you're taught where if you see a dude throw his punches slow, don't get hit by him, because that means it's gonna hurt. It's a brick.
Yeah.
It looked like it was literally nothing because you're not thinking he's generating any leverage.
Yeah. You drop
Like you don't see him dropping his foot like and coming up. You don't see him doing none of that. It's just
Yeah, that's how he threw
so.
it.
Uncle G died laughing, yo.
That's definitely how he throw that shit.
I gotta get through the story, Uncle G. Stop laughing so hard. So this particular fight is talking to my dad. He's like, man, I'm watching this. Man, that's some bullshit. He ain't hitting me with that shit, man. I mean, Don, he ain't hitting me with that. Don, my fault, man. Don, I'm thinking the whole time, man, he ain't hitting me with that bullshit. Bro, that jump coming from right there. He said, man, I got in there with him. And it looked like nothing. He said, Don, when he hit me, all I felt was like, oh, here come the jab. He knew what's coming. Oh, here come that thing he about to do. Oh, there go the jab. And when he do the hook, before you could pull his hand, because you pick and you supposed to bring your hand, like turn, just don't chase the pick. Young fighters, don't ever chase the pick. If your hands is here, turn your hand from there. Don't pull your hand here. You watch a lot of highlights, dudes get knocked out like that, chasing the pick, and then boom. You're supposed to turn it. All from right there, short distance. Short distance. And he said he went here, and before he could even bring his hand to get hit, he said, man, his eyes doubled. He said, I felt like a pole hit me, man. He said, man, he thought he got hit by a pole. He said, no, I swear to God, I thought I got hit by a pole. Then when you hear Sean Bay Mitchell get on the news, it was WPGC with Donnie Simpson. I remember that morning. The rematch coming.
Yeah.
And he told Donnie Simpson after that rematch, he got on there because this was supposed to be Sean Bay Mitchell coming back to DC to have like a whole rack of fights and, getting his belt back. He wanted to get the 60 wins before he retired, go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, because you talk about it, he said, man, cause I felt like, man, it was no way he was going to touch me with that. I'm southpaw, my lead hand right there, I could catch it. He said, man, it looked like nothing. He told Donnie, he said, man, that jab landed. And all he threw it, he said, he felt like it was like a free, like somebody, he said it felt like, how somebody sneak up on you, just.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What was that?
Oh my God. Like almost like when your parents hit you, but you don't know they about to hit you. Like, so for me, Constantine and that short, short, not even 6-inch short, 3-inch short was because it was all forearms. Yeah, I got to give it to him.
Yeah, that's a great choice, though, man. He had it was an awkward hook, man. It caught you off guard if you got hit with it. My number 2 is the Iron Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson just was, man. I seen that hook come in leaping. We were talking about similar to Roy Jones. He would lead with that left hook too, just more dominating. It's just when he landed that joker, it just put you to sleep, man. Especially the old Mike Tyson, man, the Kevin Rooney Mike Tyson. The old Mike Tyson from that group.
That technician, that Catskill technician.
Catskill technician. We got an honorable mention now. I'm gonna mention that after that, and he just bringing up Catskill, which made me think of him too, man. Who should have been in his list also too, man. But I bring him up later though, man. We going to the finale.
Numero uno.
Number 1 greatest left hooks of all times.
For me, the number 1. It's gonna be friend of the show. He had him on here. He talked about his punches, his ridiculous punching power. Julian Jackson, man.
Oh, man.
And like he said on here, man, it was the timing of the shots.
Yeah.
It was how perfectly timed them punches were. I mean, you look at him, half of them right when the other dude started to punch, his joint coming. It was the timing. It was the power with it though. But then the fact that it left Bama's lifeless, like you know what I mean? Like they just gone. I remember watching the Terry Norris, how he was just standing there like
He's like you just literally, you know how they tell you don't cut your PlayStation off until you properly cut it off.
Yeah.
It was like you just shut it off right there and there, like you just
shut it there. And
Jesus.
That Harold Graham.
Oh my goodness!
Like gone, like it was just the
and
power.
He switched southpaw to throw that hook.
Yeah, he was switch, and that's the thing. He is switched because he could throw a right and get you a right hook or a left hook. It was Julian Jackson.
Julian Jackson, sir. If you see this, I'm a huge fan, but I just gotta be honest with you. If I fought you and it's one thing to know your job description and know, I got caught, I got stopped. But you hit me and I'm one of the guys, because you did it to multiple guys where they free and they just fall back. That's all I want to find, man. I got caught. But you do this to me, like I'm falling down so slow that it looked like Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. And you doing this, see, y'all laughing, I'm dead serious. Like you, and then that you got enough time to hit me and do this. Oh, he's going down. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
And he give you the
get the gun. Go get the gun. Go get the gun. Go get it. Go get it. Man, you a fighter. I don't give a shit. Go get it. Go get the gun.
Like that,
yeah. So definitely number one, Julian. If y'all ain't get it, if y'all, if you're watching this and y'all ain't see that interview, go check it out, man. It's a good interview, man. He talked about everything coming up in his career and everything, man. Good joint. That was a good joint.
Great choice, man.
I wish I was on here because I would have asked him like, what was going through your mind that Harold Graham? Because Harold Graham was probably the greatest British fighter to never win a title.
Yeah.
And he was beating the bejabbers out of Julian because Julian couldn't keep up with his awkwardness.
Yeah. We're gonna bring you on, man. We're gonna bring you on to some of these legends too, man.
Yes,
legends. Yeah. We'll bring you in.
You see, his eye was double swollen shut. He could not, and then you got to think your eyes already swollen shut, which is bad enough dealing with a punch coming, but you're dealing with an awkward guy. He was Prince Nassim Hamed before Prince Nassim Hamed. That's what Harold Graham was. Yeah. And they're telling you, what was it, round 4? We're stopping this. He swelled that eye up early. And he said, man, we're stopping this. You got one more? He said, give me one more. He said, all right, you got one more. But that's it after this. Because that eye is on, we can't let it get to round 12 and this eye is going to get worse. And, you're going to lose the eye if it's this bad and we let it keep going. And he just bombs away. And was out before he hit the floor. Like, you see how lifeless Harold Graham was. And listen to the commentary. Soon as he got hit, you hear the British and they're like, oh no, that's what we were worried about. Oh no. Harold Graham is lifeless on the canvas.
It's over. Ain't no
it's like unreal. Like to have power in your hands to the point where you didn't do it to one guy. You did. It's a highlight reel of this man doing this to top 15 contenders. Not coming up the ladder. Not coming like he was coming up the ladder, but we're not talking about, we just building your record, guys. No, he was doing this to top contender. God, this is Terry Norris we talking about. This is Harold Graham we talking about. This is Classic Drayton we talking about. Man, he was damaging these dudes.
Yeah.
Night.
Okay, JR. Give me your greatest left hook of all times?
Ah, man, there's so many guys, man. I couldn't. I tried to pick some of the most obscure guys to put on the list for a reason. And I hate to have to go to a typical guy, but damn, man. Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson, okay.
Because he did it going backwards.
Yeah.
He knocked the guy out with a left hook.
Yeah.
Going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else to talk about here.
It
The fadeaway hook is crazy.
Yes,
Oh, sorry. I just want to say this. If you guys need reference, when the Boxing Almanac came out and they talked about a perfect left hook, Ray Robinson's picture when he hit Gene Fullmer with that hook was the picture.
Mm-hmm.
That
Case
I mean, this is, any. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy who accidentally. I mean, accident. You can't say accident because it's the job that we in. But he dreamed he was gonna kill Jimmy Doyle, and he killed him with a left hook, and he killed him with his left hook.
Yeah.
You know, that's
that explains
you know.
Left hook got a body on him. That's saying, so that's a little
crazy.
different.
That's crazy.
Not intentionally, but it just happened that way.
Yeah, it just happened that way.
Well, my number one greatest left hooks of all time is when I think about this, my pick, I base it off of when he fought the greatest heavyweight that he called himself, and self-proclaimed greatest heavyweight of all time, who's called himself the greatest. I'm going with Joe Frazier. As I picture in my mind and I think of left hooks, is when he caught Muhammad Ali going backwards, lead left hook, leaped inside, came across
Off his feet.
One of the most perfectly timed or position punches that you can textbook teach a fighter to do. So I gave it to Joe Frazier as my number one greatest left hook. Joe Frazier, who reminds me of Roy Jones. I'm not talking about style. I'm talking about
the precision of the hook.
The precision and the leap of the hook coming out. They use that hook like jabs. I used to do the same thing. My hook was my lead hand sometimes, would be my lead punch a lot of times. Just the simple fact it was just one of the punches I thought was most efficient. So I give it to Joe Frazier as my number one. We're going to do this right now, fellas. We're going to give our honorable mentions as number one. Just think of somebody an honorable mention off the top of your head right now. Let's see, I'm going to start with you. Give me somebody off the top of your head.
Oh, shucks.
I ain't really think of one. I could think of a hooker. Her name was nah. I could nah, I could think I say just the power like Cooney.
Cooney?
Okay. Yeah.
Known for having a vicious left hook. Though.
It was pretty much all he had. He was also the same way. Like that was his shot.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. He didn't have much else. He had a hook, and his hook brought fear to everybody he fought. You know what I'm saying? So I say my honorable mention would be Cooney.
JR, give me your honorable mention, champ.
All right, I'm gonna make it quick because I got because there's a couple guys I want to mention. The first one that isn't from this area, I used the honorable mention to mention some of the guys from this area. The guy that's not from this area that's honorable mention is Tommy Morrison.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison,
Textbook.
His hook. Oh my goodness, textbook. My God, textbook.
Damn, textbook.
Oh
He was
my
one of my favorite
goodness.
fighters back then
Well,
too,
he
because
He
of
was
Rocky.
knocking dudes across the ring with his hooks.
Hell yeah.
I mean, when you talk about I'm tired or I'm hurt and I gotta throw my money shot to get myself out of it, you think of guys like Tommy Morrison and Arturo Gatti with their hooks.
Yep. I forgot about
Um,
left hook. His shit.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, that Donovan Razor Ruddock joint?
Yep.
When he hit Razor Ruddock with it?
Yes,
Only reason why I ain't put Razor Ruddock on the list because Razor Ruddock had like a shovel. His came, he went like that. It was, yeah.
His shit came, Lord. Yeah, awkward. I mean, it was effective, but it wasn't his strong point all the way.
Yeah. So my biggest honorable mention is of course the Russells because they had their own way of throwing their hook, and if you didn't learn how to throw it with them for a while, you would tear your shoulder apart trying to throw that hook that way.
And when they threw it, they paused it. Yeah, paused.
Yeah. Yep. And I still remember how to throw it. Like every now and again, if I got the right positioning and I got the guy where I want, I will throw my hook that way. Like I may go pop, 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 boom, and then I'll throw it that way because they taught me how to. And thankfully, like they tore their shoulders like a couple times they had to heal their shoulders up from throwing it the way they threw, So I will give it to the Russells, but the last one is RG Quick Tyler. Quick hook was it was more like a pimp slap. Man, Quick could come out there. Man, as soon as you step and think you want to put a feeler jab out there, every time, like a lot of his points in the amateurs was his hook. Like he would sit there and he started mastering. As soon as you throw your jab, he would pull his hand here, or he would take he'll keep his front foot planted and know from how you just threw your punch. If he needed to take a skip back and throw it, if he needed to keep his front foot planted and put his back foot back and throw it, pull his hand up here, or if he needed to pull here. But every time, him with that, every time, and Quick would just get oh my Lord, yeah. Also, rest in peace, old friend. RG Quick Tyler. Miss him a lot, man.
Powerful young soldier. My honorable mention is Floyd Patterson, man.
Damn, what did I
Floyd Patterson was one of the originators. Floyd Patterson was my honorable mention. He should have been in the top 5, to be honest with you.
I'm so sorry, legend.
Me too, man. Me too. He should have been in the top 5, I think, man. Floyd Patterson was the one Mike, you get Mike Tyson there, you got to get Floyd Patterson in that top 5.
Yeah.
That come from the same school of thought. That's Costamado's mind. Put like that, the mind and technique came from that left hook. He had a leaping left hook, which Mike Tyson got the left hook from because of the grand master teacher Costamado taught them to throw it that way. Also, Roy Jones' hook is similar to the leaping left hook.
Yeah.
Roy Patterson threw that leaping left hook also. So, I should have put him in the top 5. I don't know what happened that one, man. You got it, champ.
Just to back you up, Uncle She, Floyd Patterson, the thing that was so beautiful about the Whipple, about their 137. Some people call it the 137. Some people call it, the Whipple or Catskill Connection combos, whatever way that you know them to throw it. They could throw their hook. Of course, they'll do their thing where they will lean and then, but then they'll go here.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about going here is they're stepping and they putting everything corkscrewed into. Benny Leonard was known to corkscrew his punches, and he was fighting from the bare knuckle into the glove era. So he was cutting a lot of guys up with turning his punches all the way over. Because you're not turning it from here. You're doing it from here, and you're getting more torque. And then by the time you get to the face and turn it, that leather is ripping the skin more. But the thing about is when you commit and step to that was the way that they were able to control. These are heavyweights we're talking about. Yeah. Control their body weight. And you look at Floyd Patterson, say his back for that era was huge. Like his back was wide, and he could do. And then still, and leave from that position. Yeah. That takes so much precision and body control, athleticism. To it ain't like he went here and came up. He went here. Yeah. He's putting his whole waist towards his back knee, and still come all the way up. And the same hook, he fought a great where was Jaeger Mario Hansen from? Was it Switzerland? I forget if it was Switzerland or Germany, where the great fighter Jaeger Mario Hansen, who bedeviled Floyd Patterson and beat him and stopped him, and had the great Floyd Patterson questioning himself. Yeah. He wouldn't go out. He literally would put on disguises just to go to the store because he felt that ashamed that he lost and had went to the president's banquet and got these awards and looked at as he was a troubled kid. Like he was a tough. He was a rough dude. Like he just was so distinguished that he turned his whole self around with the help of Customato. Right. That he was what you wanted Tyson to continue to be, because how he turned himself. So he felt like because he had turned himself around, became this great guy, I let all of America down. Because America by pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and becoming something of yourself, whatever. And when he went to fight Jaeger Mario Hansen again, he was incensed. And this left hook is probably top 10 greatest left hook knockouts of all time.
Yeah.
He hit Jaeger Mario Hansen. Jaeger Mario Hansen was out before he hit the floor. His eyes really roll. If you're watching in slow motion, his eyes really rolling in the back of his head as he's on his way down. When he hits the canvas, Jaeger Mario Hansen always used to wear white shoes with a red stripe down the middle. You see his foot doing this.
Yep.
Like, that's how devastating. I mean, devastating.
Yes, indeed.
That left hook was.
Yes, indeed. But brothers, it was an honor, man. This is another great one again, man. As always.
Yeah,
what's
definitely.
next week? What we say next week was?
I want to do pound for pound list.
Oh, our pound for pound list, current pound for pound list.
Hi, Mr. Caesar.
We're gonna do that next week.
Nation says salute. DMV Nation says salute.
What's up, DMV, brother? How
you up, Nation?
Yes, indeed, champ.
Hey, JR, I want to ask you real quick.
Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts on the Wichita fight, real quick?
Which one?
Tweezy and Puello.
Oh, De Los Santos?
No, Puello. Alberto Puello.
What? Oh, so he's not. Oh, he's not fighting Dillo. What? Okay. Yeah. Of course, I think Tweezy beats him, but I want Tweezy to go in there, and it's kind of like the Tommy Hearns thing again with Tweezy. We know how sharp Tweezy is on his toes and slick he is, but he hasn't had to use it, So I think he's gonna shine and put this guy down too as well. But he's such a dog. Remember when he fought it's the boy from Cuba who just fought Ramirez, Jose Ramirez, Bartholomew. And Bartholomew can crack, and he landed some counters on Tweezy in the middle of an exchange. I just don't want Tweezy getting caught with no dumb stuff
Nothing like that.
when he walking out there. But go keep. I think he's gonna probably really railroad this thing. I'm gonna watch some more tape on Boy. I've seen him fight before, but I want to see if I see any extra changes with him. So as the fight come close and we bring this back up again, we could really give it a solid breakdown that it deserves. But of course, I go with my God, brother. I think he's gonna shine, and no matter what way the fight turns, he could be able to adjust and do his thing.
Hey, with you, man. Puello more of a slapper. He a little long. He arms could get wide, but he's sharp though. Puello sharp, and I rock with him. But Tweezy got that. He got that.
He gonna put that work in. So, fellas, be ready next week. We gonna update.
Oh, Uncle G, what about the B sample? Did we hear anything while I was at work?
We had mentioned it earlier. They still never. They said it.
Really?
It opened today.
Yeah.
So Michael Benson reported it. They opened it today, but
you heard something about it?
This is back to me doing what I do for a living. You're not gonna sit there and tell me that we let some urine sit for over 3 weeks before cracking it open.
Before opening.
Right.
And we still ain't even do this test yet.
I ain't tested.
Like, you got tests that's at my job right now that, I'm going to take it home and put the stick in, and you find out if your child is on this drug or that drug. You mean to tell me we can't find out right now what the hell is going on? If
this long.
But you know what? I'm sick of both of them. I'm sick of I'm sick of Devin Haney at this point. I'm sick of Ryan.
Exactly what we said earlier.
Ryan, take responsibility for whatever's in your system as the fighter.
Yeah.
Devin, take responsibility of I took my licking, but I didn't run. I didn't make a silent agreement. So anybody who got a problem with me, F y'all. What is with the what is with these pansy ass fighters these days, man?
The same thing, man. This was our conversation earlier today.
I know we about to get off. I'm sorry, I know we about to get off. I know we got rest, but I'm man. These and I don't care who feelings it hurt. You walk up on me, I do not care. You like these pansy ass fighters. I got more followers than you. Not, man, you can't touch me. My skill set is this. My skill set is that. You can't touch me. No, it's I got more followers than you, and I have more money. Look at my chain. Look at my chain. You're not even making money that I'm making on the fight. Like it is so unnerving because of the gyms I came up in and the fighters I came up in. The fighters I came up around would literally say, I never forget this. I remember when Lamont Peterson went from fighting for like 6 figures, took 10 grand to go fight on ESPN2, and just to say this, and then for the Mircon. And they said, why would you do that? And you're a 6-figure fighter. They asked him in the interview, post-fight interview, in the ring. He said, no. He said, because I knew this is my job, and 2, I was looking at the future. If I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna get to that point, and then I'm gonna get what I deserve. Like, and people want to be Floyd, but they don't understand when Floyd was coming into the pros with his hands already torn up. Like 50% of his health life in his hands and shoulders were already down. Like, and him fighting the Tony Peps, like fighting Tony Pep. Fighting different guys that, and having to take certain fights as Bob Arum told him he had to. His hands were healing. And you got these guys making these excuses. Like, for instance, I never forget what family members and different fighters who was around my dad told me about that fight at the Army. And I said, dang, how upset was my dad? He said, man, your father got out the ring with his head high, went to the back, changed his clothes, got his wife and his family. He walked out with his head high. And I'm like, for real? They said, man, your father, he didn't make no excuse. He could have easily easily said, man, the dude weighed this much. Your father didn't say none of that.
That guy was big though. He was big, a big fighter, man.
That's what everybody keep telling me, and they like, man, you don't understand, Junior. This dude was huge.
Yeah, he was big guy.
And they said, man, your father could have easily said that. And that's why he raised me. He was like, man, don't feel bad about your health and not being able to make it to where some of these guys went, because other people will be able to say it for you what you did in the ring with these different guys, these top guys.
Right.
And I think that's where I get it from. You got these guys out here that be bitching, pissing, and moaning. And then you got these fathers who ain't never boxed a day in their damn life, who get in there and run their mouth. You know who some of these fathers really remind me of? Remember, when you would go to a party and you see two guys facing off, like they about to handle it. So we all go outside, right? They about to handle it. But the girl, one of them got a girlfriend, and she talk more shit than he do. That's what these dads remind me of.
Me too, man. I'm
running their mouth. Yeah, he gonna whoop you. You better not touch him. He gonna do this. We'll both whoop your ass a bit. Like, man, you not in the way. Shut the fuck up. Stay in your lane. It's like, why you gotta have that much spotlight? Oh, because your son don't talk as much.
Exactly. We see he's like he taking over the show, and we definitely. I was hoping the sample. To be honest, I was hoping the sample was gonna be negative, so we can just get over this shit. I don't want to hear the Haney's. I'm getting tired of y'all asses, man. And I mean, all of them, man.
Whatever. Let him keep them belts. He gonna keep the belts anyway. But
yeah.
I don't want to fight Ryan again. I don't see myself fighting him again because we just see how he is, and he's. And I don't, man. When I remember, I sparred up at Old School, and the last 2 rounds, I felt like we think we went 5 rounds or 6 rounds. I out boxing for 3 or 4 of those rounds, but them last 2, because I was in school for I had like midterm exams, so I'm just starting to come back. So my energy started to go downhill around round 5 and 6, and he started to catch up to me. I was pissed about round 5 and 6. I ain't caring nothing about round 1 and 4. Yo, Dad, we coming back up here? We coming back up here? He's like, yeah, come and work with it. Yeah, I got to see him again. Yeah. I'm going to see him again. Like, I was over there taking my boots off, looking at him. I'm like, I'm going to see your ass again. You going to see me. You going to handle that shit. Like, I'm sorry to curse like that, but I'm like, if you really about this, and we know Devin about it, but he got certain flamboyant tendencies with him that just make you be like, come on. Like, I was sitting there taking on, it's like, I'm going to see you, man. You going to see me. Yeah. We're gonna have to handle that. We're gonna have to handle that. Cause it was like, I gotta get that. And you mean to tell me you sat there and you we see how he is. So now you wanna lay on your laurels of, I think he was dirty anyway. So we all know, I know in my heart I would have beat him without it. Bump all that. If we don't make this fight, we can go take this walk real quick. We can take a walk real quick because you're going to have to see me again. We got to handle that. Let's take this walk.
What did Cotto do?
Man, that was way worse. Man, when his wife said, do you remember what Cotto's wife said? Like what she went through with him. His father saying, man, I boxed in the Navy. I've seen injuries, but I never seen nothing like what my son dealt. My son he's crying blood. There's blood coming out my son's eyeballs.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
And what did you say? Oh, I'm gonna get him again because he made me question myself. Like after that fight, because Cotto was the one breaking guys, stopping guys, making guys stop in the corner and all that. And he made Cotto really go deep inside himself, like question himself as a fighter.
Am I really that?
Shit. Like, damn.
And he said, no, I gotta see you again. And when he fought him again, when he stopped it, what did you see Cotto do? They were wiping his face. He walked all the way over to the corner just to stare at him.
Yeah,
literally punching distance away from Margaret. I want to just look at you. I'm gonna size you up until the end. So this is really, I'm gonna look at you. Like, I don't understand that, especially coming from the amateurs. Y'all, like, how you come from the amateurs And when you got a bracket, and the bracket is what it is, whether this kid got 20 fights and this other kid got 120, you got to see him.
You had to see
And
him.
all of a sudden,
that's what I love about the amateurs is that concept alone. That concept alone separates the pros from the amateurs sometimes.
It just bothers me. Like, of course you got to promote. Of course you got, but these new pansy ass, man, soft ass, like Pepsi generation ass, like, oh my God. Because the guys who really deserved it, that should have been coddled, the ones that I grew up with, the U's, the Mazzies, my father, Daryl Lattimore, there was some fights back to back that Daryl Lattimore should not have had.
Yeah, there was a couple of them I knew he shouldn't have had, for sure.
Back to back. No. Not that he wasn't supposed to have. Wasn't supposed to have back to back.
Yeah, that's shit, real shit. Real talk.
And what you see Daryl Lattimore do? I'm here. With his blue robe on and everything. Put that blue robe on and that Bama get to leaping in with that jab all night. Like, I just don't get these dudes. Vargas would sit there, didn't care, go out on his shield, and he didn't care.
I felt bad for, you know what? I felt bad for them. Him, David Reed, and Vargas, they had them rough, man.
What? Vargas, David Reed. Oh my goodness, these dudes are going in there. Just Kevin Kelly.
Yep,
Kevin Kelly.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. Like, this new is much money. It's way more money now available in the fight game than there's ever been.
With less risk. They ain't that risk factor.
With less risk.
With less risk. But
so it just bothers me with these guys, man. So I don't know. We'll just see how everything unfolds. I'm sorry, Uncle C. I'm sorry, Uncle C.
Like, man, bring it. JR, bring it, bro. Bring it, man. We love this shit, man. Bring it. Next week, we definitely going to discuss our new rearranged list, revised list of pound for pound.
What's your pound for pound rule? You put heavyweights on or not?
Yeah, it's all about when you look at this guy's skill sets, could weight or not, could you see him winning in multiple weight classes with his skill sets? That's how I was taught pound for pound was.
And it should be that. That's it. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Well, next week's the time we're gonna do that, man. We're gonna mention our top. We're gonna do 10, man. We're gonna do 10 next week. We're gonna open it up to 10. Our top 10 pound for pound best of all of this era of today's fighters. So, we're gonna open it up to 10, brother. That way we get a little more space.
10? Yeah. I Mr. Caesar.
Oh yeah. But I watch fights all week now. What?
Man, it was an honor and a pleasure, man. I enjoyed today as always, man. We back at this thing again next week. We have a special guest. I'll announce it by probably Friday or Saturday who will be on here. JR, we're going to add you to that interview as well, whoever we have in within that 30-minute window, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Second Wind Sports Media. Peace. This episode has been brought to you by Raw Vegan Plant-Based Protein Powder, the undisputed champion of plant-based protein powder. I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. Visit rawvegan.com.